second. That ain't no drugs.
Yeah, I'm like, don't do that.
This is natural. This is from the earth.
Yes, this came from the earth, not a lab, not somebody's,
Oh, I mean, now it's coming from labs and shit.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Got that GMO, them GMO strains.
Big facts.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Do what you got to do, I guess. No judgment here.
I'm judging.
This is a safe space. All right.
No, I'm judging a little bit.
Dwayne ain't gonna judge a little bit. He gonna judge a little bit.
Braxton is too.
It's like,
nah, some shit you gotta judge. I'm sorry, I can't just some shit you just end up judging. It's hard not to judge. We all judge it on a daily basis. It's like we're all judging things. Like, what y'all think about the? Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
My thing is this. And I saw somebody say this on Twitter before. It's like, like, at least back in the day when niggas was doing heroin and stuff like that, they had talent. Like, bro, just taking the talent away.
John Coltrane and shit.
Niggas be half past dead when it comes showtime.
These niggas be half past dead and fucking snoring into the auto-tune mic and then release the shit as a fucking track. And this shit go double black.
It's a hit. It's a hit, man. Y'all just not with the times. That's what it is. I mean, y'all just don't see the genius of, what they doing nowadays. It's
not a fact.
You talk about genius.
Was that an intentional transition just now?
I don't know. I mean,
you didn't do that on purpose, tell me, but I'm just.
Hey, listen, I
was like, that what a transition that was. Like, it was seamless. It just, at least back then they had talent, which brings us to our topic of the day.
Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, pardon the preamble, but this is radio. You know what I'm saying? After a long hiatus, my bad. I'm an adult doing adult things.
Hey, you grown.
Yeah, so I'm here with two very esteemed MCs, Mr. Braxton.
What's up, y'all?
And MC the Artist.
What's up?
And we are talking about the art of emceeing. What sparked this topic was the recent Verzuz with Dipset Verzuz the Lox that happened in the Garden. And after seeing that Cardinal Sin perform,
Lord have mercy,
not once but several times. And by the Cardinal Sin, I mean rapping over your tracks. Like when I first got into the underground scene, I was like, never do that ever in your life.
Do it.
Ever. Just rap over the beat.
Just over the beat. Just over the beat. What are you doing?
Yeah. And
what are you doing?
If you can't get a performance track, then are you really that serious?
It's not karaoke.
Facts.
It's not karaoke.
So
you wanna know something crazy though? My first performance, we didn't have just the instrumental. We only had the track. I said, all right, bet. It was like tracing to me. I was like, I ain't got to draw memory.
Yeah.
I remember that.
He said it was like.
Oh, but no, that's bad. No, only rap.
Shame.
But if it works for you, then.
No, look, it's a grace period. Like when you first starting out and you first cause I will definitely admit, like when I first, like my first couple of shows, I didn't know no better. You know what I'm saying? But then the shit just started feeling like not natural to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it was kind of confusing me sometimes. Yeah. So it was like, all right, that's when niggas started to, only put the ad libs on and then just leave the rest. That's your job. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. People is, I don't know. I feel like music is in a place right now where, I mean, only people like us care about that type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is like, I'm mad they didn't do, well, no, they did do Hey Ma. But it was very, did they? Did they though? I mean,
so there's a couple things. It's not even just about, not performing over your track, but it's also remembering your words. I mean, you did write that, didn't you?
It might help to remember what you said, you know, so that when you do it live, you know, it's no confusion.
Right. And you know, like,
just saying.
I mean, I've had situations where I may have forgotten words. So it's like it'll be like a new song that I just, you know, did my first time performing it, and I might ad lib something, you know, whatever, because the show must go on.
Right.
But you know, just to like rap over the track, like I'd rather not do that. And just the way that I was brought up, you know, like we don't even believe in the whole punching in thing. If I can't do it in like the full take, then I'm just not gonna do it. I got to take syllables out of something. You know what I'm saying? Shorten the verse.
Yeah. Yes. Now to just to piggyback off of what you said about the punching in. Now I will say because I used to be like that as well, but I noticed like with some things the quality suffers a little bit. So it's like some parts where you want it delivered a certain way. Like I don't want to be airy and gaspy on this part. So fuck it. I'm gonna just have to punch in. I'm gonna do majority of it and just punch in where I need to punch in, just so the quality is there, so the idea could come across the way I want it to. But yeah, I'm with you though, man. You should be able to do that shit, you know, seamlessly though.
No, I respect that. I'm just talking about
That's just
like they can't even get through the verse. Like
right, yeah.
You can tell. Like
I definitely punched in though. Everything I said, like I definitely do that. I'll be punching it. All right, yo.
Right.
Bring me in.
Nigga, let me get a lozenge.
I'll be punching it. But I also, see, here's the thing though. I also have like a lot of long-winded like verses that are like, it's like a giant run-on sentence.
Yep.
So like because of that, I do sometimes, you know how it is when your voice start getting, it's like it sounds weak as shit.
And you can hear it.
Yeah, you hear it, you feel it, and like you can hear what you were feeling when you listen to it again. So it's like I know they hear it if I, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just, you know, matter of fact, you mentioned you want to check the album out. Hotep Ebony is coming out. And, matter of fact, the verse I did for you, MC. I had to punch in a lot on that. Yeah. And then this Hotep Ebony, that joint especially, it was like from a breath control standpoint.
Right.
It's like, man, it's like I had to really push it out. And then I could push it out, but to your point, it's gonna sound weak as hell. Like it's just gonna get like lower and lower until you sound like it's like squeaky, and nobody wants that.
Yo, you know what track I always wondered about? I mean, I feel like I know the answer now, but like when I first heard it, Rigor Mortis by Kendrick, I was like, did he do that all the way straight through? But you know, as time went on, I'm like, ain't no way.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen him perform it, he never does this third verse.
Listen, it just ain't it's no way. It's no way. You know what I'm saying?
But you heard him in what's it called? What's the album he came out with? It was right after Section 80. Overly Dedicated. In that joint, he was rapping. And he kept going without punching out. His voice, and he starts coughing at the end. That was like, okay, so that makes me know, all right, that's like his breath control, you know.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, there's some people like, okay, of course you got like Black Thought that could just go for 10 minutes straight. You know, you got people like that, but that's the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, I also feel like that's different from a style standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Because like, well, I mean, like, you got, I feel like per breath, Kendrick is gonna say a lot more words, a lot more syllables that kind of push the air out a little bit faster.
I see what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? And so because of that, it's like, okay, I feel like it's different for Black Thought to do his Funk Flex freestyle. Don't get me wrong, it was legendary, right?
Right.
But he was also rapping in more of like the, you know,
it was conversational,
elder statesman MC type of thing.
Yeah.
I think Kendrick's was more, you know, performative, right? And that's why he was doing more with it. So it's like, all right, it's kind of different to me.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I will say that what I noticed a couple years ago about somebody else that has amazing breath control, Busta Rhymes, is that I can tell when he takes a breath. Like he sets up his verses to a way where like he has time. I'm like, all right, he caught a breath right there.
Yeah,
right there,
yeah.
Right there.
Yeah. You can hear it.
Yeah, and I've seen him like, you know, he'll go to like radio station and like he'll perform whatever. I'm like, oh no, he's this, you know, there's no cap here. Like this is what he's really doing. Like he's
I think, I mean, I don't know, with people like that, you just gotta think like, I mean, we've been rapping for a long time, but they've been rapping for like double as long as we have been. So I feel like their lungs are just kind of like, you know what I'm saying, just trained to to perform at that level. Not saying that ours aren't, because I mean I've heard all of y'all rap, you know what I'm saying? I've heard all of y'all go in, and I know that we can do kind of like, we can perform at a level close to that, but it's some people that's just like I just still be in awe.
We're not as busy as they are, so like of course we're not gonna be as conditioned as they are.
Exactly. That was the perfect way to put it. Yes.
He do Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon. He do soul music. I mean, he does Jimmy Fallon like every night. So like he's really like every day. So I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
man.
You know, the whole concept of MCing, I mean, first I think the biggest thing we need to go around the room and just kind of establish is, what is an MC?
Okay. An MC is, I feel like an MC is someone who can do like a MC is like a jack of all trades. You know what I'm saying? Versus like a MC is somebody that can give you the lyrical shit. They can give you like whatever, a one-stop shop. You know what I'm saying? They could any type of like pocket you want them to get into, they can get into. Any type of style that you want them to get into, they can do it. Versus a rapper, or I don't know, am I getting are we gonna do like a compare and contrast thing?
Please.
Yeah, I feel like a rapper is like more of a niche kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you got some rappers that are like, they might excel in one area. You know what I'm saying? Like now today's rappers are more melodic, it seems like, you know, like they're excelling in the melodic department. You got some rappers that excel in, you know, I don't know, this and that. But like I feel like the MC can like just get shit cracking with just a microphone. Like they can just, all they need is a fucking microphone and a speaker, and they can have the shit turned, you know, versus a rapper that's like, you know, I don't know. I feel like the best example is that Verzuz. You know, it showed me like the clear difference, like the Lox. And I mean, this is stuff that I feel like we've all known for years. Like the Lox is like solid fundamentals versus like Dipset, where like, okay, I'll give Cameron. Yeah, yes, exactly. And one versus like niggas that are like in the league, you know,
scoring shit.
They were putting up buckets, you know, they giving you everything versus niggas that's just, you know, might get a flashy move, occasional, you know, 2-pointer. I mean, they was not putting up no buckets that night, but I think that's how I would define it, MC. For sure.
Braxton, your definition?
I think MC is kind of like, well, the term MC is what? Master ceremonies, right? Which is like a host. Yes. So like an MC or a master ceremony, they can like control the direction of the music and the audience. You know, with obviously skill, because it takes skill to be able to do that.
Right.
And we define skill in a number of different ways, like, you know, the style of your lyrics or whatever, or the subject matter, your creativity, your stories and shit like that. But also skill. But also like showmanship. You know what I'm saying? In a way that's like You know, whereas I think like a rapper, sometimes they can be just like somebody who raps. They might just be limited to just, as you said, to like somebody who's more one-dimensional. They could just be a lyricist.
Right.
In which case, like you're not really like the master of ceremonies affecting the crowd. You're kind of just lecturing to them. You know what I'm saying? There's no like, they're not moving with you. They're just like sitting there while you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
And that's the struggle for all like natural born lyricists and wordsmiths.
Yeah, bridging that gap.
Yeah, because you are doing something that's very important, right? Which is bringing that skill, but you got to give it relevance to the people, man. And it's like I had to learn that too, man. I had to own that, bro. But yeah, that's.
How would you define it?
I mean, from I guess it's an original inception with like you being used in the context of hip hop. It was just someone that can control a crowd. Someone that can master the crowd and have it, have to do everything to bend to their whim. Or someone that had stage presence, breath control, charisma. When I have this mic in my hand, this is my scepter, my sword, my Thor's hammer. Pause if necessary. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if applicable.
if I'm, if I have this mic in my hand, like everyone's listening to me, and what I'm saying and how I'm presenting myself is going to make you listen to me, whether you want to or not.
Right. Yeah, because there's some rappers who like there's a lot of rappers who are like they make good songs, they make great songs, but their live performances suck. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's not reflective of like you see where the imbalance is versus like. I feel like versus an MC that can give you like a great song and then do the live performance and the shit be just like when you listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like you feel that same energy,
Yeah, 1,000%. So I guess would we say that an MC is just like the total package? Someone that can, that has skill, that has song making ability, that has, the ability to perform and everything like that. Just like a very well-rounded, all put together total package.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be pound for pound. It could be inch for inch or ounce for ounce. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be pound for pound, like, you know what I mean? But just somebody who clearly does, though, have all the bases covered.
Right.
And I think that they definitely are some major artists that they have MC components, but they're not necessarily an MC. And I guess I'll start with this one, to get controversial, whatever.
Oh boy.
Here
we go.
Mr. West. And I say that because we know that, Phantoms, guide his pen. Mm-hmm. But I will say that when he performs, there's no hype man. It's just him by his damn self.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people cannot do that.
And whatever Rhyme Fest wrote for him, but yeah. No, for sure.
Side.
Whoever, whatever writer at the
whoever
moment.
was around at the time.
It's probably harder to memorize somebody else's lyrics than your own too.
I always think about that because I like that concept is so like I think foreign to us because we've never had anybody write anything for us. At the most, it might have been like recording in the studio and a nigga might have been like, yo, you should like maybe say that with a little more or this or that, but never has anybody written anything for us. So I be thinking about that, like how if somebody was to write me a verse, it just seems so weird, like trying to get the delivery and everything. Like I don't know how people be doing that. Like
imitation. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you got to think. So anytime before I go into the studio, I'll probably already have listened to because I do like a voice note with the shit playing, with the beat playing, and I'm rapping over it just like I want it. So it's like you listen to that so many different times. It's not really like you saying it out loud, but it's just you hearing it over and over again. Right. It's like for them, it's probably easy as shit. Even if, like, what's the name? When I mean, it's not hip hop, but when Party Next Door, I don't know if you remember. He actually wrote the Rihanna song "Work."
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you remember the reference track came out and it was him singing it?
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh, you can see how somebody, when they keep hearing it, they go, okay,
Yeah,
I know how to
yeah.
add my little, add some stank on it, add my little thing on it.
Right, right. Yeah.
I'm gonna make the
I
reference track.
mean, there was one song where I was just on the hook. Someone was just like, yo, can you just do this hook for me? Because you would sound better than me on this. And I did
And
that.
that's different.
Yeah.
Hooks don't hooks don't count.
Yeah, especially, because
That's
I
more of
was
like
written,
R&B, like
yeah, because I've written many hooks for people. I'm like, I'm not no singing ass nigga.
Yeah.
I tag somebody in real.
If I were, this is how I would sing it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but as someone that's also written for other people and stuff like that, like what I would do is like I would write based upon the style of like this person. Okay, this person's personality. This is how they kind of rap. So let me kind of replicate their flow, because that's another thing that I think we don't talk about enough is I would get controversial again.
Here we go. Let me strap in.
You can tell who wrote somebody's verse for them. Like Still Dre, you could tell Jay wrote that verse. That was like in my lifetime, Jay who wrote that. Now, here's the crazy part. And again, I might be a conspiracy theorist. I don't know. It's the speculation. This might be a reach.
Okay, reach.
But based on that new King's Disease album, Lauryn Hill sounded like Nas wrote that for her. Like she flowed just like how Nas would flow.
See, I thought I heard it.
I thought I heard the old Lauryn, because I feel like Lauryn with her bars, like when I listen to like Miseducation, it's like she's clearly saying something, but it's like you definitely could have said it more sophisticated than that, or you could have like been a little bit more, I don't know, fluid with the syllables,
right?
To kind of loosen the flow up a little bit, because it seems so like almost like within each bar, almost like bullet points or something like that. I don't know, it's hard to explain. And I was like, so when I heard it, I was like, I mean, maybe somebody is imitating, It's like she don't really be saying like, it's like the flow isn't like crazy. She doesn't have a complex flow, right? It's funny how money changes situations. And she just kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I heard it though. Like I heard Lauryn in it. Like,
before, I would say the stuff before, like how she went on How Many MCs, like I don't know, man. Lauryn is a different kind of animal. I feel like when she got bigger, she probably like had especially like
to flow out a little bit more.
Yeah, especially when she first ventured out on her solo shit. Like, all right, let me kind of alter the product a little bit to make it more palatable for niggas and shit like that. But I don't know, man. Lauryn is, if anything, well, I can't. I guess that's a little blasphemous.
I don't think she got a bad flow. I'm
not saying that at all. It just sounded like it was somebody else's.
Yeah,
let me get that flow real quick. Let me show you something. Let me show you how to do it.
Yeah, or she might have been like, let me try to write it in the style of how Nas would deliver. Like, let me get inside of Nas's head and try to, you know what I'm saying? Formulate my flow to that.
Yeah, this is no shade at all, because I mean the game does that all the time. With everybody. Man.
Wait, you talking about the rapper or the
JC yes. JC Taylor.
Nigga said JC.
Whoever flow it is, you're gonna like right after this, do the same thing.
Did y'all ever see that video of him? It was like a Complex video from years ago, where it was like him doing the same verse over like the course of like 5 different freestyles. Like he was at he was like, I'm gonna send it to y'all, but he was like doing doing radio shows and shit like that. He did it at a show one time, and it like he changed a couple of words like here and there sometimes, but it was like the same thing. It was like comical to watch, kind of like. I mean, like you can't take nothing away from the game, because he's definitely like proven himself as a solid ass MC or whatever, but it was just funny to see that shit. Like I gotta show y'all that clip, man. That shit was too funny. But yeah, no shade to JC. I'm sure he's a wonderful person, I guess.
Look, let's just stick to the music. Let's just stick to the music.
That's hey man, that's all I'm here for.
Yeah, I'm not head to dicky or nothing like that. So, what would you? Who would you say inspired you to become an MC? Or yeah, we'll just go with that question first. I don't want to give a loaded question just yet.
A lot of people. I think everything with me started with the lyrics. So it would probably be, obviously Nas and Lupe, and Common was a big one. Common was a real big. Tupac. Eminem. Let's see. Rakim, Method Man, Redman. So that's just from a lyrical perspective.
Lyrics is definitely there.
That's the foundation,
that
right?
Explains a lot.
Yeah. And then, like, from a musical perspective, I don't know. I think it was just because, I don't know, as an MC, I'd probably say, I don't think anybody inspired me. I think it's just like me having a gospel upbringing, and I like soulful shit. And so, like, coming up in the Kanye era, when Kanye was really on that wave, it all worked out, because it was like, oh man, it's like the best of both worlds to me. I get the soulfulness, you know what I'm saying? And so, okay. So as far as an overall MC, Kanye West, absolutely. The overall MC, absolutely Kanye West. Album changed my life. You saying
Kanye West, like putting him in that category as an overall MC?
Absolutely. I put him as an overall MC. He's writing his own lyrics. I'll put it down. So let's assume that people, college dropout, and I don't think late registration, but college dropout maybe? You think he wrote that?
Yeah, college dropout. He definitely wrote that. You don't think he wrote late registration?
I don't know. What you think? Because I was like, nah, he just killed Cam on the track. I was like, something.
I don't know. I feel like
it could be half and half. I don't know.
I feel like that was still at that time period where he was still in that phase where he was like,
I wanted to prove it.
I gotta prove myself, like, because he did it with college dropout. And he had the momentum in his head, and he was like, I feel like he was like, I gotta go harder. I got a body Cam on the song. I gotta, you know what I'm saying?
That is his personality too.
Yeah, he's got that, like, I gotta be the best at it. Now you talk about Graduation, then that's a little different, because he was like superstar. That was like the start of the superstar status. Yeah. In my mind, I feel like. Yeah. But,
so I say in those early years, that was Kanye, the MC. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He damn sure could put a song together. As far as beat picking, he can make his own beats. He could, even with the soul sound, he was still blowing up the charts. They had everybody wearing them dumbass brown corduroy vests and shit.
The glasses with the blinders and shit. That was a little after, but yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the 808s era. But he changes how people dress. Every mood he's in. Every mood he's in. That's why, like, people think I be hating on Kanye. I'm like, no. Kanye is powerful. Like, he's powerful. Like, yo.
He is.
He's powerful. That's the best way I can think of it. He's powerful.
Yeah. He gonna have niggas walking around in the little spiked Balenciaga balloon jacket shit that he was wearing.
Every, like, mental breakdown he has, he changes the fashion culture. That's crazy.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's really nuts. I would say who the people that inspired me to become a rapper, I guess. I grew up listening to a lot of rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, grew up listening to a lot of funny enough, a lot of Lox, a lot of New York rap. Like, I'm from the Midwest, I'm from Cleveland, but like New York rap was just like what was just being listened to. Like my older brother, Nas, all day, like, would go to the library, print the lyrics out and shit, and he was writing his own shit. And like, I feel like over the years, I just kind of soaked up everything that was around me, and just like one day the decision was just made for me to just be like, all right, let me try this shit. but definitely the Lox, definitely DMX, definitely Jay. I think Jay might have been my first like favorite rapper, you know. But then so you got all that shit, of course, like Redman, Method Man. But once, and it's so weird. It's so weird how the shift happened. But going back to Kanye, Kanye was like the start of it. Kanye was the precursor. Well, I can't say that because you had Tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like you had Tribe as well. If you really want to get like technical, like really Tribe, everybody in like native tongues, that was the precursor. But he was like, he took that and modernized it and put it in a way for our generation to like. It was like a little bit of that mixed with this and this. You know what I'm saying? But Kanye, and then when like you touched on another one, Brax, with Lupe. When Kick Push, I was like, this nigga got glasses like me, and he's spitting, he's saying some crazy shit. Like, I mean, and it was like some of the most relatable shit that he was saying. Like, it just like took me by storm, and it really like I would say definitely helped influence the decision to like. Honestly, now that you say that, it's kind of like I don't know like there was never a moment where I was like, I'm gonna be a rapper. It was just like I feel like for a lot of people it's kind of like that, where like niggas just be fucking around in the studio or whatever, and just kind of like they get that little taste of it. You know what I'm saying? That little, and they like you be like, I want to do this some more. I could see myself doing this, and then you know you start that progression. But I would say those are roughly some of the influences for sure. You know, the typical Tribe, Kanye, Lupe, you know, DMX, Lox.
Man, I had so many influences. It was just mostly just music, not even it's beyond rap. It's just my dad played music all the time, all different kinds of music, house in particular. I think the first song I really remember for real was Biggie Warning, actually. I remember I might have been in a car seat. Nah, let me think. Hold on.
Oh damn.
Nah, I wasn't in a car seat. I was in a car though. I was a kid. We was about to go to the barbershop. And you know the part, you got a red dot again.
I was
and like I forgot how I reacted to it. But I noticed that and he was like, all right, let me chill out.
right. Yeah. That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
Let me turn the parenting button on. Let me just, you know what I
mean? Maybe I shouldn't play Biggie in the car with the little one.
Yeah. But I think the first rap song I really remembered was Ain't No Nigga. It was just really just a hook. The first rap song I memorized was I Ain't No Joke by Rakim. After he saw that I started to like really take gravitate towards rap, he showed me like different artists. He showed me Jay-Z, he showed me like Streets is Watching, he showed me Common, I Used to Love Her. And he just used to break down like different aspects of it, like the message behind the songs and stuff like that. So I forgot how, that was pretty much like the influence. I started writing, but I didn't tell nobody. I was like, I'm gonna grow up and be a rapper, which is crazy. Like, I'm just gonna grow up. I'm like,
you did grow up.
12 years old, but I'm gonna grow up and do this.
When I get big, I'm gonna rap.
I'm not gonna tell nobody until I'm an adult.
Until I'm gonna keep this under wraps.
I was gonna always rap, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell nobody, not gonna perform for nobody.
This covert operation of yours.
Yeah, basically. And then, believe it or not, Bow Wow came out.
Oh, Bow Wow was a game changer for sure.
And I was like, okay, I can do this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do this now.
All right. Right.
You know, and then I think what ended up happening was I started listening to, just when Rockefeller took over, you know, the Jay and Nas beef, we was rapping over state property instrumentals like every weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
and we would just like go through like different beats to trying to like, you know, the little old school thing, the computer right there, that little mic.
The little stick mic.
Yeah, little stick mic. Terrible quality, but you know.
Terrible. Picking up every single P. All the S's. Clipping.
Left and right. In the kitchen. You know what I'm saying?
Sound like you're in a damn wind tunnel. Yeah.
But you know, you gotta start somewhere. And
we
used to just like everybody around the way would just rap. Like everybody in the neighborhood at some point try to rap. It's just, I think it's just a New York thing, honestly. But
yeah, it's definitely a New York thing for y'all.
But I would say it wasn't until 12th grade that I decided to start rapping about real things. Because I went from just like, oh, I'm this young guy with mad money and, you know, I get girls or whatever.
Yeah.
To, yo, you know, after listening to like, you know, Jada and the Lox, it was like, yo, I'm gonna clap you, nigga. Like, you know. Matter of fact, I remember this bar. I wrote this to Rock the Mic when it first came out. I was like, let me see.
He said, I'm gonna clap you.
I got my wrist is
like, damn.
Yeah, my wrist is as cold as Antarctica, and the nurses will be carting. Yeah, he will be filled with slugs and holes. Get your life cut shorter than Muggsy Bogues. I'm like, what the?
Okay, bar.
Man, juvenile shit, like.
yeah, and that's funny. But that's like when you grow up, and that's like when you're growing up, and that's what you listening to. It's like that you can't help but to have that bleed into like your style. You know what I'm saying?
You can hear the technical. I mean, like you can hear the style of that time in that bar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like used to always be, I'll shoot you like, and that was the big thing.
Yeah.
Like Yosemite Sam. Like, oh, can't shoot niggas. Oh shit. I remember I went crazy over this freestyle, and Cassidy said the inside is butter, like microwave popcorn. I was like, woo!
Yo, you know what, man? Listen, I'm gonna say we're gonna have to re-examine some of these Cassidy bars, man, because for some reason he was like I used to love Cassidy.
Everybody used to love Cassidy,
but it's like when you go back and listen to it,
like for its time,
amazing,
and he can still rap his ass off.
For sure.
But when he's doing the whole punchline thing, he's a hell of
a producer too.
Yeah, the punchline thing, he needs to stop. I'm glad he left that in the past. He can still rap his ass off. He can out rap 99.9% of Earthlings. That's just the fact. So all right,
the early YouTube days, I remember seeing that one video of him like freestyling at this house party, and it was like over this beat that was just looping and looping. And he was I'm pretty sure y'all have seen it.
Oh yeah, I've seen that shit. It's like 12 minutes long. Yeah. At the end of the show, it's good and shit.
Yes. Yeah. Nah, Cassidy is some interesting figures in hip hop, man, that you just, I don't know.
So actually, I want to talk about punchline rap for a minute.
Okay.
You know, I think that there was an era, and you know, Cassidy was around, and then Fabulous came out, and actually, I think Fabulous came out.
Fab was out before.
Yeah, before Cassidy. Fab came out.
Well, There's a Storm and all that, 99.
To be honest with you, I just was watching Mind Right, Money Right by Memphis Bleak, and Fab was in that video.
He's probably, I know he's always been around.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like he had a song with Mace back on, I think, The Professional Part 1.
Damn, The Professional Part 1.
It used to be called Fabulous Sport, and then you realized it sounded dumb. But yeah, like the punchline rap thing, I just feel like that's somebody that's like trying to talk to a girl, all he has is pickup lines, and like he doesn't necessarily have charisma or game or something like that. It's part of it, but it can't be the full package. Like you need more than that.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on the Fabulous Sport and it sounded dumb thing. That was funnier than like I think you think it was, because I'm still dying that. I'm sorry, I just had to put that in there. Please continue, please.
Yeah, but I feel like, you know, there was a period of time where like niggas would just like sprinkle punchlines on their raps like dime. Like niggas be like putting dime and shit on they like on everything and parsley. It's just like nigga, relax. Like every bar is a punchline.
Yeah, niggas would go for the title, the punchline king. It's like you're doing a stand-up routine at this point.
And then we have to talk about that era where Wayne would just put anything before the punchline.
You know,
Bitch, I'm the bomb, like tick, tick.
Yeah. No, the shit that used to kill me was the oops I meant. The oops I meant. Like he'll say something the wrong way just to make it fit. And then be like, oops I meant. Like he fucked up a lot of people with
Yeah. Niggas adapted it though. I can't lie. I think I might have did that before.
But it was innovative. It was innovative. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like he definitely shifted things and gave niggas a new way to look at.
Or did he get that from Bun B?
See,
my bad. That's my scenario, right? Let me say that.
Now you might have just cracked the code with something just now. You might have.
Nah, I don't mind it because I remember.
Well, I don't know because I know people that say scenario.
And you know what? Those people.
That nigga was just making shit up.
Yeah, but
that nigga was being illiterate.
Illiterate. Yeah, Bun B, man. Bun B don't get enough credit, man.
He doesn't. Matter of fact, I actually want to go off on a tangent of like, what are your
go off
your top 3 favorite flowers or like flows?
Favorite flowers. You definitely got to throw Yasin in there. Like listening to him rap is just like you just going through water. Like the way that nigga could just put shit together, you know. Summertime, like the way that he just be delivering the shit. Second to none. I mean, maybe I don't know. Lupe been going crazy. Lupe has always been going crazy, but like, historically speaking, he's one of my top flowers for sure. Like somebody who could just go on and have the shit sound good for sure. Who else? That third spot, I guess because I'm feeling lazy, I'll throw Jay in there for sure. With honorable mention from Cannabis. That was a joke. I was not Cannabis. His first album was hard though. I used to recite his shit from that first album like it was mine until I started writing my own shit. I think
Cannabis nasty. I think Cannabis was nice back in the day.
His second album was nice. Niggas don't talk about that second album. Wyclef really did a number on his career, but Cannabis.
See a pattern with him in careers, but
who? Wyclef?
Yeah, but you know.
Hey man, that's another podcast. You need to have a podcast about that. The fucking, I don't know. I'm weak. He put the spectacles on. But yeah, those are my top 3 flowers. What about you, Brax?
3 flowers. I say Nas. And I say that because I feel like Nas, you can see like the different poetic devices that he's using. And those are like a lot of like technical, like poetic styles.
Right.
You know, but he's using them so seamlessly. Like one of my favorite ones that he does is like enjambment, where you're kind of like you're saying a whole sentence, but over the course of 2 bars, or over the span of 2 bars. So it's like you're finishing your thought in the second bar. You know what I mean? Like the way he does that is so smooth and seamless.
Yes.
And he knows how to pause and then stop, so he can get all the syllables out and it won't sound too bunched up, or it won't sound like he's saying it too early, but not just wasting. So it's like, okay, there. I'll say Tupac, because Tupac has a real, it almost has like a wail to it. It's like I don't know. It's almost like a somber kind of sway that his voice has. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger to kill a nigga. He's a hero. You know what I'm saying? It's like it has that little.
He had them pockets.
Yeah, you know. Let me see. And then, I guess since I'm being lazy. Okay, I'll say Common on the B album.
B was a very good album.
B was his greatest album. I say Common but specifically on the B album because everything was. I feel like that was a perfect Common album.
Quick question.
Yo.
Do you like anything that Common has done in the past 5 years?
There was one. I think he came out with the album Black America again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that one. I fuck with that one. He's just been so inconsistent lately. He's been like ridiculously inconsistent. And I mean, his last thing, the Let Love something, that's the book he wrote.
Okay.
It was something he came out with, I think, in 2019.
Yeah.
You can rap, but it's like I'm not feeling it, bro. He just sounds like
they always pair for some reason. They always pair him and John Legend together.
Yeah,
and he's like, always the rapper on like a freedom fighter movie.
Yeah, it's corny. It's getting gimmicky at this point.
I mean,
it's crazy.
But B was definitely like the crown jewel. I guess. What was the other one? Like
it was prime Kanye, prime like hip hop Kanye.
There you
know what I'm saying? And him producing that whole album was perfect.
I'm still mad that we never got the soul food joint, like an official, like we never got an official track. It was always the Chappelle Show version of that song.
Yeah. I fuck with that I fuck with the sound. I thought that was a little random, but I was like, why didn't they just put the regular track on there? Like they didn't do a full track.
Never did it. He's like, all right.
Yeah, it's not
that's weird, but all right.
All right.
Wait, your three flowers.
Oh, and also to answer your question, the last Common song that I liked was Pyramids over that Black America again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Right, Pyramids. Pyramids was better. I'm sorry. I got them two mixed up.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check that. I'm gonna have to check that because I feel like for me, I think what was the shit that he was doing with like when he started doing like the computer commercials, like the
yeah, I was like, nigga, you don't have to do this. Why are you doing it?
Like why are you doing this to us, Common? But yes, I'm gonna have to check that out. You said Pyramids.
Yeah, it was off of the album Black America again.
All right, I'm definitely gonna check that out because
I
would like to be a fan of.
He got real busy.
Yeah,
I was like, who is this nigga? I'm like, all right, that's what I'm talking about.
Rapping like old Common.
I didn't even know. Like you just rapping like some other shit. It was
rapping like a nigga who wanted to rap.
Okay, yeah.
Kanye, I mean, Common be like, I feel like he'd be happy.
He got too much money. He's like, listen, I'm filming Last Holiday 2 with Queen Latifah right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So my top three flowers, I have to go with Biggie. I never heard up until him. I never heard a flow like that ever. And you know, my dad was very well. He's Brooklyn as hell. Like it's kind of annoying how Brooklyn he is, but that's just what Brooklyn people do. They just lay it on extra thick. But,
you know when somebody is from Brooklyn.
Yeah, and they won't let you not know that.
Yes.
But, you know, I'm just thinking about again, like Warning. You heard about the Rolexes and the Lexus with the Texas license plates out of state. No one was rapping like that then. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? It was just so smooth too. Like it was just. Yeah. It was very calculated, and then like he would always switch up the flow too. You think like it's gonna go one way, he would just switch it to something different. It was dope. I gotta go with Jay as well, especially like the certain albums, like his earlier work.
Yeah.
When I remember before 22 Twos, I was in like probably 6th grade when I was listening to that. I was like, so I changed styles every 2 rhymes, and I went through his whole album, the whole Reasonable Doubt thing, and he did switch up his flow every 2 rhymes. And I was like, yo, this nigga is something else. And let me see. What's another flow? I'm not even sure if it's this flow, like the way that they ride the beat. I'm gonna actually say, never mind. I wasn't gonna say MJG, but then I'm also thinking about other people too, like CL Smooth and Fonte and.
You said, oh man, okay. He said Fonte. You said MJG.
Yeah, like
I'm very surprised at that.
Yeah,
I fuck with it.
Yeah, because like I went to school in the South, and that's the thing I noticed about them. They know how to like more so like ride the beat or whatever. They know how to like do that to where it's just like a groove. You know what I'm saying? And you can still put bars in the groove. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's a way to mix it all together.
Yes.
And so that's what really heavily influenced my style with that. And honorable mention, even though I said a whole bunch of other niggas.
Right. Give us more.
I'm gonna have to go with Nas, and in particular, he has like this almost like drunken master kind of flow, where it's like he's almost like stumbling, but still like barely keeping his balance with the bars. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like almost like teetering between like being off beat, but it's like in a weird pocket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He really, nobody else can do that. I try to do it. A lot of niggas I know in real life try to do it, and no one can do it like him. So,
you know, I gotta give just a couple more honorable mentions, because as you were talking, more people came to my mind. All right, controversial or not, early Ludacris.
1,000%.
Fucking insane. Early Ludacris, Twista. Okay, Twista, Bone. Obviously, I'm from the Midwest. Like that shit. Just the way that it's a song called Unsolved Mysteries. The way that this nigga Twista was rhyming, just unreal. Definitely them, and I would say, on my hip hop head shit, gotta throw Elzai in there.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Slipped up. Switched
did mention somebody as well. That I definitely have to give. I don't even know where I would put him, honestly. But Busta Rhymes also, I mentioned him.
Oh man, yeah.
And the thing is that I think people don't realize, unless you're an actual rapper and you try to rap fast, is that the deeper your voice is, the harder it is to rap fast.
Yeah.
Like if you think of like all the people that like rap fast,
they got lighter voices.
Like Twista. You know what I'm saying? Like Twista. Kendrick doesn't have a deep voice like that.
Logic.
For some reason, Busta Rhymes was able to figure that out.
That's very interesting.
I think that's the only, and my brother told me about that, because I was trying to rap fast at one point. He's like, nigga, this isn't your ministry.
This isn't your ministry.
Like, you either got to raise an octave or you got to do something else.
Yeah. That nigga said, this isn't your ministry. And it's critiques like that you need earlier on to help guide you along this path of emceeing.
Yeah.
You need that.
So, back to emceeing, more so performances. Who's the best rapper you ever seen perform live?
Woo! Best rapper that I've ever seen perform live? Well, I had the pleasure of going to the Blueprint 3 tour, and I want to say 2009, and it was, nigga had Cole opening, Wale came out after, then Pharrell, and then Jay. And I would definitely say Jay was a Jay. That was one of the best rap performances I ever seen in my life. Just everything that we talked about, and but also on the flip side of that, I would say I went to see Danny Brown in concert before. Like it was a small event. It was like the complete opposite of the Jay-Z concert in terms of like scale. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like a small, small little room. But like the way this nigga was just like quintessential MC, picked up the mic, did his shit, got everybody rocking, like niggas just going in bar, 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 and then just walked right the fuck off. Just burnt the house down and just left. I'm like, damn, this shit is nuts right now. But yeah, some of those are two of the best rap performers that I've seen live, at least live.
So I've seen two rappers live. Both was on a small scale. The first one, J. Cole, came to our school. And this was right in the little bit before Born Center came out. And that was dope as hell. I feel like his energy was like, he wasn't like this, almost like, I mean, J.E.'s always been like real, like introspective and everything, but you know, he was a little bit more reckless then. So he was like a little bit more, I guess, fun. You know what I'm saying? Whereas he's really on his grown shit now. So it was like his energy was different. You kind of like felt like y'all had matching energy because he was younger and shit like that. So it was definitely dope that time.
Right.
And then honestly, this other time, this was before Joey Badass had gotten a little bit more popular.
Yeah.
He was performing at this bar near Yale University. It was a conference we was all at Yale. And Joey Badass was performing. This shit was lit. He let us get on stage with them, and we was like really like, yeah, like we was like really up there, rapping with them and everything. The shit was dope as hell.
Was this was this around the time of 1999, like when that came out, or was this like even a little bit before that? Or kind of a little
no, around 1999. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that project don't get talked about enough.
No,
for my taste.
And so because of that, I said, yeah, definitely them two. It was.
That's cool.
I never been to like a big like dope, you know, GOAT level MCs. Like I never been to that. I always wanted to.
Right.
But, other than like, you know, more underground people and people that like, I don't know, that I'm performing with.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, you up before me? All right, cool. I got you. I'm watching from the stairs. I got you. Look.
For sure. That's hilarious.
I've only seen a couple rappers, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Like both of you know, really like all of us rappers like that, like mainstream rappers. I saw Jay. I saw Wayne at his peak.
Oh wow.
Women was fainting in the crowd and shit.
Oh, it's Michael Jackson shit.
Yeah. And who else did I see? And Kendrick. I saw Kendrick a couple times.
Okay.
And I saw him before Good Kid, Mad City and after Good Kid, Mad City.
Two different shows?
Yes. 1,000%.
Yeah. Budget got bigger.
Yeah. And, you know, it's just, when you know what it takes to put on a good show, to have breath control and all that other stuff, you appreciate it a lot more. You know, it's just a different experience. You can really appreciate, you know, the person saying every lyric and it sounds the way that it would over the track, sometimes even better.
Yeah. Oh, hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Here's it.
Yeah, so, you know, I just, matter of fact, and that's another tangent to go off on. I know a couple like underground artists that I've met that their song is like, they perform it and it's dope.
Yeah.
When they record it, it sounds like shit.
Yeah.
And That's why it's so important, like, to have a good engineer that you actually vibe with, not just like some casual. Like, your engineer needs to be like your barber.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna tell you something you don't want to hear neither. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's the importance of like an engineer. We definitely, me and Tone, we had a lot of those moments where it's like, I like exactly how something sounded. He'd be like, nah, it's something about, like your breath control when you were saying that word, it wasn't strong enough. I was like, so it's like that, but that's how you know you got somebody that like is really looking out for you. You know what I'm saying? Because that y'all are at that level of honesty and like they got that investment in you sounding the actual best and not just trying to get a quick hourly rate.
Yeah. And I mean, my first engineer for real was my brother. And it was a free session, so he'd tell you like, nah, nigga, this sucks. Like, do this again. Yeah. Like, just straight up, or like, look, I'm not about to record this until you get your shit right.
Right.
Because he also made beats. Also, he was like, look, you're not singing on this hook. You need to get one of your friends to do this because I'm not recording this shit. Like, he was very, but you need that though. You definitely need that. So that's, I think the engineer is almost like what the DJ was back in the 80s, with like rappers and like their DJs and stuff like that. Like, the engineer is very important in making sure that you sound great. They got your performance tracks together. It's a lot, especially with these non-talented ass people out there. The engineers be miracle workers.
Talking about engineers.
Guys,
what up?
Sorry, but the family man is back on the clock. I hate to leave.
It's all good.
You know what I'm saying? I'm back on the clock, but I am definitely glad that we got to chat about this. I feel like this is like this is like Rappers Anonymous. It's always great to get to talk to people who understand and are in the community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dwayne, I appreciate you for bringing me on. You know what I'm saying? As always an honor. Gaby, say what up. What up? There you go. Always a pleasure to be on the show. You can't hear him right now, buddy. I know. Right? I'm gonna put that. Listen, I got plans for the song. All right,
I got to give you that. Yeah, I got to get you that, bro. I'm gonna hit him up.
For sure. Listen. It ain't. It's not a rush, but it's not a rush, but it is. But it's not though. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's a rush. I'm gonna take care of it.
For sure, man. For sure. Listen, we about to unleash a storm upon everybody. All right, but I'm out, y'all.
All right,
Peace.
All right, I'm about to hit the sack too.
Yeah. Me as well. Definitely a dope conversation. I think that the concept of emceeing is kind of a bit of a lost art, and it's on us to kind of keep the torch lit. Keep the thing going. So appreciate you for coming out for this conversation.
Always, brother. Yes, sir.
All right. Peace.
Peace.